Splendid. All right. So let's go over number 23, which is a question of punctuation. So this is for expression, I believe. And let's see. Let's read the sentence. Let's read the first sentence first, and then the where we need to put together of the the sentence completion part. So there's a sociologist, Todd Gitlin, co-opted the term recombinant, normally used in reference of genetic engineering to describe serialized television shows of the 80s. So Gitlin used a term that's for science, but use it for television. Gitlin's use of the term referenced TV studios' practice of repackaging successful narrative formulas as blank new content in that era even shows the varied only slightly from other shows still attracted sizable audience. So what would be best? Um, Again, when we use a comma is used to separate, but it's a
Mm.
continuum in a sentence. However, if we use a semicolon, what's a semicolon for again?
S- For independent, two
Correct,
independent.
correct. Two independent clauses. Yes.
Yes.
So, um, so the first sentence, Gitlin used the term reference TV studios' practice of repackaging successful narrative formulas as new content, right? So, will it be a good idea to put a semicolon because the next one in that era even shows uh, that varied only slightly from other shows still attracted sizable audience. Do you think it's a good idea to separate it as an independent clause?
Mm, is the term not this? I'm not sure.
So it's a new content, right? It's a new
Mm.
content. So this is in the 80s. So it's a different era,
Mm.
right? So 80s is what? It's like 40 years ago. Is that so? Because I'm 40, I
Mm.
thought so. So 40 years ago. So it's a very different area from now. Um, so referencing that in referencing that and uh, defining what it is, so giving it a definition would
Mm.
definitely, it needs to be separated, but what kind of separation is um the the question, right? So
So is it
letter
connected? Is it talking about
mm,
the same thing?
so let's read it. Gitlin's
Mm.
use of term reference TV studios practice of repackaging, right? And then it's formulated as new content. Okay,
Mm.
so in that era, even shows that varied only slightly from the other shows still attracted sizable audience. So it's somehow connected, but it says even other successful shows, even if it's not, because it says repackaging successful narrative formula,
Mm.
right? The second one is supporting the second, but it has to be separate because it's even shows that varied only slightly from other shows,
Mm.
but still attracted a sizable audience. So it's not only the story, not only the package of repackaging successful narrative, but also even if it's it only varies, but it attracts a sizable audience. So, for example, okay, back in the 80s, cartoons, yeah,
Mm.
cartoons of superheroes are popular, like Ninja Turtles. What else? Um, what other shows is there? um I'm thinking Ninja Turtles and something from Japan. Like, like there are five characters or four characters of superheroes, and then there is like a X-Men. Do you know X-Men?
Mm. Mm.
So these shows. So it's reformatting because they know that it will click,
Mm.
right? Producers know that it will get some audience. So it's a separate one, not only of the same story, like family dramas. I'm not sure if you're familiar with American TV shows. That's why
Mm.
I think it's a harder concept for you. But um so back in the 80s, it's so popular to have like family shows,
Mm.
like it's a story about a family and then their friends and things like that, and then there's so many variations of that because it's a formula that works. Not only
Mm.
that, but also cartoons, also something similar to what are the shows in the 80s. Another formula is a sizable audience back in the day is wrestling. So they would have like wrestling shows or like something about fights that kind of works. So
Mm.
it's also adding to what was um, it's basically a similar thing, but it can be independent as well.
Mm.
So there's definitely must be a semicolon, but take
Mm.
notice that letter B is the only option that has a semicolon, right?
Right.
So there's no problem in saying okay, B is the answer because
Mm.
the even shows that varied only slightly from the other shows attracted sizable audience. It's already a separate kind of, but it's independent clause. They're similar,
Mm.
and it will support the first sentence, right? So letter B. All right. So I yesterday we talked about yeah, I think this is what we need because or what you need to definitely review on
Mm.
because out of based on this page, which has three questions of punctuation,
Mm.
right? So you're getting it, you're getting confused by it,
Mm.
right? So let's review one more time. What's the use of comma and semicolon? All right. So comma is used to separate parts of a sentence, but it's just a pause. They are still connected. It's just making the sentence separated, but it's still connected um to the thought. Like for example, my favorite things or my favorite colors are red, blue, and purple,
Mm.
right? So separating red from blue to purple is separating three of my favorite colors,
Mm.
right? It's continuous. However, a semicolon, it's it's connected to each other, right? They're closely related to each other, but if you separate these sentences, it can be a separate sentence of their own,
Mm.
right? So he loves me not, or um, yeah, I'm hungry. Then I went to the kitchen and eat,
Mm.
right? So there is a um, like even if I went to the kitchen and eat is fine. I
Mm.
am hungry. It's already a sentence. But putting it together will make a it's closely related, but it's a completely different thought.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So yesterday we talked thoroughly about conservation and though, right?
Yes.
Um, So we did that. We can skip that for now. And 27 to 29 are mostly what kind of questions are these? Completion sentences, sentence completion, which you got correctly, right? And again, another question on transition words. Okay, this is relevant. Okay, uses of relevant information. You're very good at these kinds of questions.
Oh, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
When it says compare and contrast, like
Uh
for
huh.
IB, compare is like similarity and contrast is
Correct.
looking for differences. But
Yes.
for SAT, is it the same?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
similar. Yeah. Definitely
So
so.
when it says compare, do I look for the similarities?
Correct. You're comparing it. Yes. Is
Okay.
there anything here that is a comparison? Is there uh, a
No, it
question
says
here?
like for 29, it says the student wants to compare. So I have to look for an answer that compares two things.
Comparing it in the same way. Like, okay, let's talk about number 29. The student wants to compare the lengths of two tunnels.
Mm,
Which choice most effectively uses relevant information from the notes to accomplish this goal? So let's look at an option that is comparing two things based on
the length?
um, lengths.
Mm,
Okay, so letter A. Some of the world's rail tunnels, including one tunnel that extends from Folkestone, England, to Coquelles, France, are longer than 30 miles. Strange because there is no
the
uh
one for Hokkaido.
yeah, right. But the one in the Channel Tunnel and the one in France, it didn't have, yeah, it didn't have much to say about that, right?
Mm,
It just say it is about, but there's really nothing to it. Let's see. Letter B. The Seikan Tunnel is roughly 33 miles long, while the slightly shorter Channel Tunnel is about 31 miles. So there is a comparison, both
mm,
comparison that gave a definite length.
mm,
So it's the best answer. Letter C, Seikan Tunnel, which is roughly 33, connects the Japanese island of Honshu. It doesn't. There's no comparison, right?
mm,
There's no comparison of one length to another length. Letter D, both the Seikan Tunnel, which is located in Japan, and the Channel Tunnel, which is located in Europe, are examples of rail tunnels. Again, there is no comparison in length. Yes?
yes.
Okay. So that that's why you got it correctly because it effectively made a comparison between two lengths.
Mm,
Yeah.
yes.
They may not be as similar, it may not be of similar length, but it's a comparison between two lengths.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
All right.
IB specifically said, like, if it's compare, when
Right.
they say
Because
compare, it's a
yes,
similar.
yes, correct. Similar to, like, for example, comparison between mammals and plants,
Mm,
right? Which of them, right? What is similar to both plants and animals,
mm,
right? They are living things, they reproduce, etc.,
mm,
etc. So what is similar? Okay. So we have here your last four questions, and you got them all right. So anything that is like like these two are both long questions. I don't like the fact that they put long questions by the
mm,
tail end because
mm,
most of the students are already tired at this,
mm,
you know, at this point. You've already had like 60 questions of this, right?
mm,
But don't lose track of what you need to do in SATs. Always read, right? Always read the main question
Mm.
so that you know what you are looking for in the text. And I'm glad that you got them all right, even the last one. So, based on face value, I think you did better on the second module than the first one.
I think so
Don't you
too.
think?
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. So, what do you so for our audience, Kyoka, it's been a long review for these two
Mm.
things. Um, what would be your advice again, or at least to yourself? What is your advice for yourself for your upcoming SAT test?
Um, Wait, I have a question. Am
Okay,
I able to No, it goes by question, right? If I answer question one and then the question two comes up. Or
correct.
am I able to pick the ones that I want to start with?
Okay, so that would be a this would be a description, so follow along, yeah?
Mm,
So on your interface, so the entire screen would have like a a peg of like circles or something like
mm,
that to tell you how many um, how many questions you have completed,
mm.
but you will be only shown one question at a time.
Oh,
And
okay.
once you have chosen a number or an option to each number, then those circles will be it will change color.
Mm,
All right, so you're free to go like each question first.
mm,
You're free to do that. It's not like it's not like they're gonna they will allow you to skip.
mm, mm,
Okay, I think there will be an option there like with a flag or something like
mm.
tell you that you haven't started yet, so you can look back. So in
Okay.
general, right, in general, Klyoka, you shouldn't stay on one question
Mm,
for about 1 minute, because that means you were eating up the time for your next question. So
mm,
always be equipped of your style of reading the main question first
mm.
so that you know what to do next. What do you think would be a good option for you for the test?
I
What would be your tip?
I wanna start off with the questions um at the end, like the ones that I got correct, the 30
Yes,
to 33,
that's right.
to
But
raise
okay,
accuracy.
so let me rephrase that. Are you trying to tell me that you want to go to the questions that you are good at first
Yes.
than the ones that you know, like
Mm,
you always have trouble with punctuation marks
mm,
and sometimes main idea.
mm,
So you want to do that last, which is good. At least you have your own strategy. Um, other other students would say that, oh, I'm gonna go to the hard ones first,
mm,
and then the so it either way you will have the
mm,
same result, right?
mm,
I'm just asking of whatever you are comfortable with. So if you say that you're comfortable going to the easy ones, that's wonderful.
mm,
Okay. So that's a good strategy. Know what your strengths are and weakness and what to do.
mm,
Um, what else? So that's number one. Number two, what do you think? What do
mm.
you think would be helpful for you? Because remember, it's time. Yeah, you have a time limit.
Yes. To be able to go to the next question, like mm, mm, without having a great regret, like just move on to the question if I don't
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, exactly, right? So m- frame your mind that I will have the time to go back,
Mm,
but at least I will answer the questions that I am more comfortable
mm,
answering for now. Okay? Yeah, just
yes.
keep calm and carry on,
Mm,
right? All right. And then what else? Um, yeah,
What else
and
do others do?
hmm?
What else do others do?
um, always look at the main
What's
question,
one?
right?
Uh,
Read the main question first before doing anything else. Because
mm,
if you don't know how, if you're gonna read the passage
mm,
first, you will end up wasting your time because you
mm,
answered the you read the passage, and then you look at the question, and then most likely you want to go back again and read it again,
mm,
right? So um, it's a better tactic, or it's a better way of read the main question first, so that
mm.
when you read a very long passage, you know what you're looking for. Okay, so with
Okay.
you, always be mindful of, like, um always be mindful of, um what's this, how, what is the purpose of this sentence?
Mm,
Okay, because sometimes you tend to look for the main idea, not
mm,
the purpose of the sentence. you
mm,
get you lost track.
mm.
So make sure that what is this sentence doing? Is it ending the sentence? Is it doing whatever? So just be conscious of that when you take the test. Okay.
Yes.
Splendid. All right. We're gonna end our program right here. So I hope that I wish you good luck, gambate, on your test. All right.
Thank you.
So don't drop the call. I will just
Mm.
stop it. Everyone else is still being recorded. It says refresh and trying to resolve the issue. So how do we stop doing this? I don't know. Okay. How does it stop recording? Can you stop your recording?
No, I don't think I have an
Weirdo.
option.
Weird. This is so weird. Okay, let me, like, stop.
Wait, do you have the previous recording?
I do. It's
Oh,
saved now.
okay.
But this one